comes to God by way of Nathan the prophet, and he petitions Nathan to go before God and ask God if it's okay if he builds him a house. And God is so impressed by David doing this that it not humbles God, but it touches God's heart. And now that we've traveled so far throughout the Old Testament over the past few years, and even most recently going through the whole Jacob, Esau, and Nimrod scenario, we have a better glimpse as to why David would do such things. You see, Babylon, before David, it was Nimrod. Nimrod was before David, y'all. Nimrod was the original David, the warrior, the hunter, the man of valor of the house that will go and be God's footmen in the earth. He will wage war against all the fallen ones, all of the enemies of God, all of those that had gone rogue. But Nimrod would build a house as well. Babylon, the Tower of Babel. This was the first instance of someone coming before the nations or even God and saying, I'm going to build a house. But Nimrod built the house to challenge God. Nimrod's house, he built as a challenge to the authority of God. To say, if God ever decides to flood this world again, if God ever decides to confine us to a particular scenario or situation, we can defend ourselves from our God. This is what was going on in Babel. And this is why God destroyed the tower, broke the people up, and turned his back on humanity. This was the birthplace of the entire Gentile nation. Before this, the whole world was one coagulated group of people. But after this, we were broken down into districts or divisions and separated by language barriers and rulership. God said, you want to follow these fallen ones? Great, follow them. I'm going to give each and every one of them dominion over you, and I'm going to break it down into districts or divisions, and then I'm going to be able to trace their hand by way of a word. A language. And not to focus so much on that, but in the book of Chronicles, it goes into detail. David is advanced in age. He's grown. And it's something about age, y'all. You know, y'all can make fun of people that are blessed to have lived a certain amount of time, but I'm here to tell you that there's no greater gift in this world than to have experience. David in the book of Chronicles has experience at this point. He's wise. He has experience that has been proven and tested. He has had successes and he has had failures, all at the hand of his own experiences. Not experiences that someone else he heard of went through or someone else that he knew of went through, but his own one-on-one personal cadence, his own rhythmic walk through life with God. And he is telling a story in 1 Chronicles chapter 28, where he's come upon all of the princes and all the top people of the house of Israel. David has gotten old, and he is telling them what he experienced when he first experienced the years of comfort after being hunted by the most powerful man in the world at the time. When he gets crowned king and he has stability and comfort like he could never imagine, being exalted to levels of success and stability that he could never imagine. Not one enemy on any side of him. All his experiences would come full circle and they would bow at his feet and serve him. The reputation that David would get from what he did in his honorable walk through the proving years that God would send him through would serve him. none of it would be in vain. Yet David would not orchestrate such a walk with this intention in mind. He would not know while he was going through it that it would end this way, that he would be exalted. At the time he's going through it and walking through it, he's walking through it because his life depended on it. He didn't have a choice. And now he's able to look back. He's able to look back at the space he was at when he first looked back. You see, when he first looked back and he's at that plateau of stability, and he has Nathan, and he's in his house of cedar, and he's got the most renowned engineer, mason of the entire world, the whole system that laid the foundation for the house in which he's living in. He's living in a house of power. Not just a regular house that someone built up to code and, has all the creature comforts. No, he's living in a house of intention. Hiram sent for the cedars of Lebanon to build this house. This house was built upon mathematical skill that spoke a language. David's house. It was located longitude and latitude on certain power areas that makes the skill and the elements used to build the house all sing a particular harmony for David, day and night. The wisdom of God. David is living in the wisdom and the comfort that all of the wisdom can afford him. So when David is in this particular chapter of